Okay, so hello everybody. I am super excited once again to be here um on this podcast session for 2025. All right, SolaviseTech, we started this initiative of having a podcast series last year, and it was amazing. It was mind-blowing, right? We had panelists or speakers from across the world, from Cameroon, Nigeria, Kenya. We even had, people from Amazon like Tembile, no, not Tembile. I think Kevin. What's the lady's name again? The other lady who joined us from
Veliswa boy.
Veliswa. Yeah, I was confused between Veliswa and Tembile. Yeah, so Veliswa joined us. We had lots and lots of amazing engineers, and so what is the goal of this podcast series? Okay, for those who are joining for the first time, my name is Dr. Samba Otavis, the founder and CEO of SolaviseTech. And on this team, we have Kevin Tue, our CTO. We have Eric, our Chief Information Officer. And then we have other students on board. Other people are going to be joining us down the line. But then what we noticed, Kevin and myself, was that in the industry, most people focus on the technical aspect of things. All right. So people get into tech, they are only focused on how to write code, all of that. But then so many of them are very good, but they don't know how to effectively communicate. They don't know how to sell themselves. And so we began to ask ourselves the question, how can we be able to help our community have access to our own networks? Because some of us are building huge networks, and those who are coming in new, they are kind of scared. They are not yet very confident of themselves, to be able to start building their own network. So we decided to come up with this structure that students in a network or other professionals in the network can leverage each other's network, and then come have something non-technical. And that's how the idea was born. And so Kevin reached out, we drew a plan, and we decided to just launch. And the results last year were mind-blowing. There are people who joined our team, and today we're working together because of the podcast sessions. So what we are doing in 2025 is just advancing what we began. And so I don't want each and every one of us to take this lightly, because see, we are showing the unconventional way in which people get access to opportunities. Maybe before I make progress, I just want to bring in Kevin to talk a little around this, the unconventional way in the industry of how people do get access to these opportunities. Over to you, Kevin.
Awesome, thank you. And just to emphasize on what Doc is saying, this is a laid back session. It's a podcast session, so feel free to take over the chat. You can even raise your hand. Basically, we want you to make the most of these sessions, and we're happy that you're back again for 2025. I've been on Doc's case. Where is our Fireside podcast sessions? We want them back, and I'm so happy that we're having amazing panelists to take us through on these. As Doc has mentioned, my name is Kevin Tui. I have a dozen roles, but today I'm sitting in as the as the CTO for Solavis Technologies Institute, as well as the co-hosts, along with Dr. Samba for these fireside podcast sessions. As you mentioned, these stages brought in amazing people from across different countries, even from Africans in the diaspora. If you can just check out our YouTube channel for those previous sessions, just to make the most of it. And right now, getting right on to what we are here for in terms of the power events and how it can help you secure opportunities. I actually am here with that Solavis Tech logo on my background, simply because there's one day I attended an event that had Doc with his own Solavis Tech background and another awesome engineer, Professor Asaf. He was taking through people. I'll never forget that workshop because it was the Bitbucket GitHub mirroring project where you could do something on GitHub and then it's automatically replicated on the Bitbucket side. And you can also mirror it in a way that also, as you're doing something, as you're migrating, you can have it something happening on Bitbucket also being replicated on GitHub. And why was that project important? Because I felt like you might go to an organization, they're leveraging different technology, they're using a different Git provider, and you've been so used to that. And now you're being told you're going to be using Bitbucket here from now on. But what happens if you already had a project that was running and you want to migrate it? So I felt it's a very interesting. When I saw the post, I said, I'm signing up for this. The same way you might have already seen this poster and you signed up for it. I've also, I think some of you have already seen it in some of the groups that I've shared, and that is why you're here. And the reason why I got the opportunity basically was not because I attended and stayed silent. I actually did. The moment we were given the run book and we got started, I I got right onto it. I forked the repo, did all the steps in the run book. Then I encountered some challenges while others were still asking how to log in to Bitbucket and set up accounts. I was already troubleshooting some things around access keys. I did a bit of an improvement. I didn't want to distract the session and say I've raised a pull request. So I told Dr. Samba, I've done this. I've updated the run book with some of the things that I encountered, and you can check it out. And just to know that I have to drop off because I think I couldn't handle this many questions as Asaf was already handling. I felt like that session would run for 6 hours from the questions that are being asked. So I think that really sparked the interest of Dr. Samba, started looking beyond GitHub to LinkedIn and to all these different spaces and say, I need to get to know this guy more. And that is very important because I was attending a session just before this, the session that was there before I took supper. It's already, I think, around 9:46 p.m. local time here in Kenya. And that is why you're seeing me sip some tea so that I appear as fresh as you guys on that other end. And one thing that was in that session was it was called leading with curiosity. And the most important thing is in this case right now, curiosity has become a valued trait compared to conformity. Many people are conforming. People are saying we are doing this, we love doing this way. But the most important thing that you can do right now is being curious and also solving problems by your own. Like that is the power of curiosity. So that is how I got in. And it's just that one event that like made me get into so many different things. I cannot say even the different opportunities that have come through by the virtue of me being part of the endeavor of your having in this team in SolaviseTech. And because today is not our day, today is the day for the aquas. Let me know. I know some questions need to be answered, and we need to pick their minds. We need to get to know how events have changed, how SolaviseTech changed their lives, and all these different things that they have already prepared to share with us. I was just like setting the stage for you guys, just to tell you that I'm a testimony of the power of events. And trust me, don't be passive. Pick people's brains out, share your LinkedIn, share everything. Just make sure you stand out. Yes, back to you, Doc. Let's get to the
Thank
next
you.
phase.
Thank you very much for setting the pace to this conversation. And yes, everyone, I love the way Kevin came up with it, like him giving his own personal experience. Now, most people are joining the call today, they see him part of the team, but they have no idea how he actually joined the team. And this is the mindset that I have, and it's the mindset I'm trying to sell across Africa. I want people to have value for human beings than just the paper. There are many people who've lost opportunities because organizations are looking for the paper. They want to see what you've written on your CV alone, but not who you are, because behind that paper, there is a human being, there's an individual. And so companies are working with people, not with papers. So unless you sit down and have a conversation with someone, you will never be able to tell if that is somebody you want to build something with. And so that's how, when I was able to spot Kevin on that technical workshop session, I reached out to him. I said, please, can we have a call? We spoke for 30 minutes and I was able to identify that this is somebody with whom we have shared visions. And I just made an offer. I said, please, can you join our team as a CTO? Instantly, I didn't ask for CV. I don't need the CV, right? Because he was able to prove to me in that 30 minutes that he's good at what he's doing and he has done it. And we align in visions, trying to build Africa. So now, this call for today or this podcast session is not for us. It's for our own students that we've really worked together with for a length of time right now. And they are not just students who say, they are collaborators now, because that's how I look at it. Guys, the only reason why you are on this call and listening to us is probably because we got the opportunity earlier than you. But if you did get the opportunity earlier than us, probably you'll be the others on the other side, right? You'll be the ones facilitating this while we are also just listening or following through with you. So we want you to start picturing your future, like where do you see yourself in the next future? Would you also want to be part of these sessions? Will you also want to inspire many people down the bed? Before we make progress, I want to now call on the first panelist. That is Aqua Constance. Ladies before gentlemen, right? So let me bring you on the spotlight. Aqua Constance, you are welcome. Can we celebrate as Aqua joins us? Okay, so let me add you here. Awesome. So can you hear us?
Yes, I can, Doc.
Perfect. So just tell us a bit about yourself in the next 30
Okay.
seconds. Yeah.
My name is Aqua Constance G. I am an educator with a master's degree as curriculum evaluator and developer. I am currently expanding my skills as a data scientist and machine learning engineer. I am so happy to be here today, and I'm excited about this conversation, and I hope that someone is there listening. I hope that I'll be able to inspire someone out there today to be able to join the train as I share my journey on this podcast.
Thank you so much. And then we're going to add to this conversation Aqua Nje. Aqua, welcome. How are you doing today?
Good evening and good afternoon or wherever you are. I'm doing fine, doctor. I'm okay. I'm great.
Alrighty.
I'm great. I'm great.
Hello?
Are you getting me?
Yes.
Okay.
Eric, if you can make Aqua and Constance on the spotlight, that would be great. Add to the spotlight, Aqua. Yes. We should have Aqua now on the spotlight. Okay. Are we able to have Constance on the spotlight, Kevin, on your end? Or we're yet
Yes,
to get
everyone is on the
Constance?
stage. We
See
love
you
this, and they're
guys.
now
Okay.
closer to him.
Okay, great. Fantastic. So yes, Aqua, tell us a bit about yourself.
Yes, I am a teacher by profession, and I'm also a DevOps engineer and an AWS engineer. Something that I just developed that skill some few months ago. I'm a father of 4 wonderful kids. I'm also a leader in some organizations, and for example, in CYJ, Community for Jesus, and Young Christian Youth Fellowship. I'm also interested in developing myself and building myself in the tech world. That's where I'm really
Okay,
like focused now in my career. Thank you.
okay. I think there was a little hitch at some point. But maybe before I get back to Constance, you said you're a teacher. Maybe you want to specify in what domain are you a teacher in? In what domain are you a teacher in? I think the network is not really the best on Aqua's end. Aqua, maybe you could be off camera. You could be off camera since you have a profile picture. Your network seems to be a bit unstable. So while Aqua is trying to work on that, so Constance, let's come back to you, right? You did tell us that your background is in something like geology, correct?
Geography.
Geography. Okay, great. Geography. And now you're talking about
Also
data
expanding my
science.
knowledge in geoscience.
Okay, so from geography expanding to geoscience, and now you're talking about data science and machine learning. So, I mean, can you walk us through maybe in the next 2 minutes how you got to move from geography, and then you're not getting into geoscience, and then you're not getting into data science and machine learning? What's actually chasing you, right? What's chasing you, or what are you actually chasing?
Tech,
Just tell us
tech,
how
tech
that
is
happened,
chasing me.
for you to get to this point where you are right now. Just walk us through.
Tech is actually chasing me. Why would I say tech is chasing me? I have always loved the tech world, though I didn't really actually have a background in technology, but I had laid my hands on a few courses, a few things here and there to be able to carry out my daily activities using the machine and other software programs. So I started getting more interested in tech because of an event. And that event opened a lot of doors for me. That event changed my mindset. That event inspired me to see things in a different light. That event was the Women in Data Science Conference, Cameroon. That was organized by Dr. Mark Atem during the Lead Missions International Summit that was held in Yaoundé, July 2024. How did I get to go to this conference? I was introduced by a friend, Dr. Agnes, who simply shared a registration link with me. Then I didn't even know that that link would spark something different in my life and open a new opportunity for me. So that is how I got to that conference. I got interested with what was going on. I had to listen to a lot of women talk about tech, talk about data science, talk about AI, and it inspired me a lot. Though I was listening to them with all this inspiration, I really had a worry. Am I sure that these things that they are saying here, I can really do it? Is this for me? Constance, are you sure? Owing to the fact that I was coming from a social science background, because I usually saw tech like the tech, not just having my computer typing my things, doing a little bit of digital literacy and things like that, digital teacher courses and things like that. I saw it as something that you must have had maybe a degree in computer science, a degree in ICT before you could dare into other things concerning tech. But that day on that conference, I had a lot of enlightenment concerning this.
All right, great. So thank you for keeping that short as to how you got the spark to get here. And now let me take it over to Aqua. Aqua, are you there? How did it happen? You're a teacher. You do teach geology, and now you find yourself and you're talking about DevOps. Do we still have Aqua here? Let me see. I think his network was a bit unstable. But while Aqua joins us, you've been saying some very interesting things there, like you've had access to lots of opportunities you would have least expected that you would have. Okay, I think Aqua is here now. So Aqua, let's have you. So can you just walk us through a little? You coming from a background as a teacher, a geology teacher, and then today you're talking about cloud and DevOps, right? I mean, what's the link? How did that happen? When did you start getting interest in this area and you decided to get into it? And I just want you equally to walk us a bit around when you really knew that you really felt that it was the right time for you to get into this cloud computing and DevOps of a thing. Just walk us through around that area. Thank you.
Okay, are you getting me? Can you get me?
Yes, we can hear you.
All right, sorry, I'm having some issues with network. I just pray it is stable so that I can go through. All right, like as I said, I'm first of all, I'm a teacher. I've been a teacher for some years now, and there's this issue about tech that has been
Okay.
like following me. Let me put it that way, because when I had my
Okay.
advanced level, I wanted to do computer science, but somebody
Aqua, maybe you could
advised
just
me
go off
this was really
camera.
happening. There,
I think
people
your
were looking
network
for
will
the
be
oil
more
world.
stable if you're off camera.
Are you getting me? All right. Can you get me?
Okay. Let me stop your video from this end. Yes, I just stopped your video. You can run on now, please. We can see your profile picture. I think it'll be much better on your end. Run on, please.
Yes. Are you getting me now? Can you get me, please?
Yes, we
Nobody's
get
Yes,
talking.
we can get
you.
you now. Mhm.
Yeah. Oh
Yes,
my
please.
God. Network is going to, I don't know.
Yes.
All right. Okay, I was saying that actually I'm a teacher by profession, and when I had my advanced level, I wanted to do computer science in the university, but somebody advised me to do geology because he was talking about the oil money, talking about things about oil exploitation, minerals. So I keyed into that, and I did geology in the university. But after I had my degree, I had to go and teach geology. I went to the higher teachers training college to graduated, and then I started teaching geology. But this aspect of tech, this aspect of computer was always there, coming up, coming up, coming up. So finally, I decided now I have my money, I can decide what I have to do. I decided now to do a master's program in information system and networking in the ICT University. So that now, when I did now that master's program, I realized that this is something that I wanted to do. And I was so good at it. I said, no, let me do it. And I find myself excelling in it. And finally, I graduated with my master's in information system and networking. Then all of a sudden, I'm like, I need to do something practical. I need to do something practical. That is when now I decided now to do a practical session with the SolaviseTech Institute. I'm going to share how I had to go through that. But when I realized myself, I discovered that this is what I wanted to do. This is my dream. This is what I have to do. And because I keyed into that, I had to dive into into the Solavis Institute, and I started studying DevOps, AWS, and DevOps engineering, which is what I am now building myself, and now, unless I'm a professional now to that.
So, Aqua, before I'll then pass it over to Kevin to proceed with the conversation. I want you, Aqua, to just walk us through in a few minutes how it happened that you joined SolaviseTech, the exact point that you joined SolaviseTech at the events that we actually met each other in Yaoundé. It was similar events where Constance attended. Can you just tell us how it happened and the advantage that you had because you attended that event, how you came into the training? Because the title of this workshop today is how to secure scholarships, right? The power of events, because some opportunities come up like that, and if you know how to negotiate your way through events, you can be able to grab them. So, and that's the reason why we are putting forth this podcast so that our audience can learn a lesson or two from your own experience and equally apply, because they say there is no secret to success, right? There is a system to success. If you apply that system anywhere in the world, it's going to work. So can you just walk us through that particular aspect of you connecting to Lavista, how it actually happened, and you were able to get that scholarship, and how you took action immediately to benefit from that?
All right, thank you, Doctor, for that question. I think that's the most interesting part of my journey. That's there was this a conference that I knew Dr. Madison before even coming to the conference. So when that conference lit, Mission International Conference. That was a leadership conference. It's, I love leadership. So it was a leadership conference. So when I attended that conference, it was a 3 days conference. I attended that conference in Yaoundé last year. And when I attended the conference, it was so amazing and so enriching. And I remember at that period, I was looking for something practical in tech. Because in the university, we're doing projects, we're doing things, a lot of theory was going on. So I was looking for something practical. And I love attending conference because you can meet people and they can give you direction. So when I entered that conference, I attended the data science, I went out to the leadership conference. There was this breakout session that we had. And then they told us that please feel free and share and talk with everybody, any person that you meet, and share ideas. And behold, I met Prof. Asaf. I met him. All of us know Prof. Asaf. And I was just attracted to him by his height. so I went there, I met him. I'm like, how are you? How are you doing? And we discussed. And I'm like, what are you doing? And he was like, I'm in an institution. I work in companies and I do DevOps. I do AWS. I was like, come on, these are some of the things that I like to hear. I said, tell me more. So he started like, I said, I'm a teacher. He said, no, I'm also a teacher and I'm teaching AWS in SolaviseTech. Wow. I was like, this is something I want. What are you people doing? I'm interested in cybersecurity. I'm interested in DevOps. What are you people doing? So he told me that this is what they're doing. And Dr. Samba is the CEO. I will say, wow. For your information, Dr. Samba was my neighbor in Bamenda. So I know him. So I know Dr. Samba. I was like, I know Dr. Samba now. So go to him, he will tell you more. I said, no, I want to go and meet the source. So when I met Dr. Samba, I was like, Dr. Samba, somebody is telling me something that I've been with you and I don't even know about it. Tell me more about SolaviseTech. And this is what I'm interested in. So we talked that day and he talked about what they offer. He talked about how there's even a scholarship that is going on. I was like, wow, this is the moment. This is what I was looking for. I just told that, count me as part of the team. I'm going to enroll in this program. And thank God there's a scholarship. I'll be part of that scholarship. That is how I knew about SolaviseTech. That is how I had to enroll in the training. That is how I started my AWS and DevOps journey. So that's just the story. That's what happened. And it was really something great. I just want to say that there's also an opportunity in the room, but you have to enter the room to meet the opportunity. That conference was an opportunity in a room. And when I went to that conference, I met this opportunity and I just dived into it. And it was really an open door and a direction to me. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Aqua, for walking us through that. And you ended your conversation by saying that there is an opportunity in every room, right? But you must get into that room to unlock that opportunity. For those of you who are taking notes, please, you have to note that down, okay? It may be his quotes, but I mean, he just made that statement. It's quite powerful, okay? Because I see someone just dropped in the chat, David. David is asking Kevin, Kevin, speaking of unlocking opportunities, I just saw reinvent. Registrations are open. How does one secure a sponsorship? Are there any available to attend in the future, or is it self-sponsored? How did you get to attend last year? And that's a great, I think that question should usher Kevin in. You just give little highlights on how everything happened, and then now you can get now to Constance and take it from there, Kevin.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. That's a very good question. I was actually speaking exactly about these at the AWS Europe, Middle East, and Africa office hours that happened earlier today. I was invited by Tembile to just go and speak about the reInvent All Builders Welcome grant application process. And just to put it into perspective, I think I'll break down that question. You say, yes, reInvent registrations. There's the registration where you register and pay for yourself all those different things. And then there's the registration for the All Builders Welcome grant that gives you an opportunity for you to just appear and everything is sorted. of how much? I can say $5,000 in terms of 2,000 airfare, like around 3,000 in terms of 3,000 to 4,000 accommodation. The conference pass is already paid for you, which is worth $2,000. So it's a lot of money considering if you are coming out of Africa. And the grant is basically meant to bridge or break the barriers when it comes to attending such an event, especially the financial barrier. And just to mention, I attempted to apply it in 2023. I unfortunately didn't get it. I got an unfortunately or a rejection, but I learned from it. Actually, I asked people once. I think when I got that, as the others were celebrating getting the grant, I didn't take it uh, like personally or something. I learned that there's something that I must do better if I'm going to apply it again. So I asked people who have already been successful, and then they told me something very simple, that you have to really demonstrate that you're eligible and you deserve the grant. And that starts by looking at the terms and conditions, and every answer that you're giving, every line of your submission should speak to a particular eligibility aspect, and showing that by you attending reInvent through that grant, you are actually fostering the mission of the grant, which is to break barriers for those who come from underrepresented countries as well as communities. And what I can say is, I think that for you to secure, you have to apply. But the thing that we do, and the problem that we have as Africans, let me say this, I believe it cuts across Cameroon, Kenya, Nigeria, wherever, is we see an opportunity. And I'm also like a victim of that mistake. That is why I think I got a rejection in 2023. We apply silently. We don't want to look for someone to give us advice. We don't want people to know. We think our village people will curse us and will not get the opportunity. But in any case, we are actually cursing ourselves. So that is what is very important. As you apply, get someone who has gone there before. Let them just review the answers before you submit, just to tell you, hey, here you are seeing a lot of things, but those are not going to be the things that give those reviewers an opportunity. Remember, they'll have thousands and thousands of applications to look at. So they'll just be spending less than a minute on your application, and it has to make sense by the first 2, 3 lines. Then you get full sponsorship, I've already mentioned, so it is not self-sponsored. And the other thing is the visa is also a very crazy process. Just know that you have to pay for yourself. So if you don't have the ability to secure a visa to the United States by your own means, because the grant doesn't cover that, then it would be great that you think of it to apply in 2026 and start looking for funds. If you also see that lead times are hard, but again, in Africa, I think if you get the grant by September, mid-September, you getting an appointment before December 1st or before the end of November is highly likely. So it happened for me. And at first you get a very bad date, like I got a January 7th, then I later on checked the portal, I got an October 25th, went for the interview and passed. So that is how I attended it. Big event, trust me. Like I think when you get back to Africa and Kenya, you start getting like anxiety of being around a small number of people because you've been so used. You walk. I think I walked over 86 kilometers in 1 week. It's crazy because you walk around, the places are massive, the hotels are massive. But the most important thing that I got out of that, because we are talking about the power of events, is I met many people. I I was very intentional about the people I met, because you cannot meet everyone. Some people you'll see in the picture and you say, they're at this event, but the week will end without you even seeing them. So you have to be very deliberate about the people you want to go to meet. The moment you get the grant, that is when the events start. You have to plan it. You have to plan before you even get there. Then finally, as we get back to Aqua Constance, is you need to like make sure you consult. And apply early. Don't wait until the last minute. Trust me, if you wait until the last minute, your application are one of the last to be checked. And by that time, maybe all slots have already been decided. So you're going to have a harder time to convince them to take a slot from someone and give someone. I don't know how it usually works, but trust me, by that point in time, maybe it's not. Yeah, so that is it. I think we can go back to Constance on the power of events. And in case of anything, feel free to ask, and we'll be good to go. I know there's another question, but let's pause it. But let's hold on to it. We are going to go back to it. I know, Doc, you're going to go back to it. I have a question for Constance. I was writing down what some of the things that are really came out from what you're telling us as you're starting out. You said events open doors, and you being from a different field, I think that is geography, and going to these women in data science conference in Cameroon and hearing many people talk about tech. I just wanted to ask you, like, did you at some point feel like you are out of place? Because sometimes people attend events and then they feel like, even myself, I've ever gone to an event and I was like, no one is approaching me. No one is even realizing, only the people at the registration desk just to confirm if I was supposed to be at that event. Then no one is like interested in what I'm doing. How did you break that kind of a thing? How did you do it? And to get to a point where you say, now I belong. The problem is putting it in your mind that you belong in this space.
Thank you so much, Kelvin. That's a wonderful question. Though I didn't come across that because I already had an idea about tech going through my mind. I had discussed with some of my friends. That is how I got to get the registration link that took me to the Women in Data Science conference. I heard a lot of things. I spoke with incredible women like Maya Gladys, Dr. Claudia Ngafesin, Dr. Atem of Elim Technologies, Amarachi Stanley Duru, among others. And what marked me was the fact that Susan Schutz, one of the speakers, made mention of the fact that there are machines and there are human beings. Now, machines and human beings will have an upper hand over human beings without machine. So it got me thinking, and I had to understand that those who knew how to leverage technology and AI in any domain, in any field, will be able to definitely excel more than those who knew nothing. So that was like it was like an inspiration for me, despite the fact that I had so many questions, I had so many concerns. I learned very many things. I also learned a powerful truth that day, that it's never too late to start. Because at times I was like, do I really want to go back to school? Do I need to study? Why should I be studying now? I left school some years behind. So what's the need? But that day, these women, they opened my eyes to the fact that it's never too late to start something new. And that was also part of my motivation. It keeps ringing a bell in my mind. Even now, from time to time, it's like something is ringing in my head. And that's what has kept me going, seeking to grow, to know, and to learn more.
Amazing. I love that. There's one thing that I've just picked out. It's never too late to start. And anytime, it's just that I'm not at I'm out in a place here. I wish I could have been in my house. I could have shown you. I have a place in my office desk that I hang all the conference badges. The badges that I know Doc has it. He wants to show us.
Just before you end on that, Kevin, I have mine here. They're all piled up
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, so there's one time my wife told me, Kevin, I think okay, she didn't say Kevin. She told me the name that she calls me, which I'm not going to say. Then then she told me, I think we'll need to buy another hook. The hook that you put for the badges are now, I think they are getting full. They cannot hold more badges. We need to get a third hook. So what happened is I got a hook for her and a hook for me so that she can see the events that she's attending. So at some point we realized we need to balance out the badges because I had so many of them and she had few, so that she can feel that she's also attending another good number of events. That she was now telling me, let us now get another one. So the reason why I do have them and the doc has them is it shows you the amount of time you've committed to go to these events. It is a reminder to you that hey, you went to these. What did you get out of these? I sometimes look at these big badges. Oh, I went to Kigali. I went for these bits of boldness, and I remember I met Acheleke and this guy. I for the first time got to meet Pato Ranking in person. Oh wow! It reminds me I have that Las Vegas AWS reInvent badge, so special to me. Those are some of the things, like when you say it's never too late to start, you can gather us. And I can tell you that all those badges that I've gotten, I've been in just in the last 3-4 years. I was actually not an event person. I was not even known in the cloud space. But the other day, I was being given the rankings of Favicon. There's a certain website that I think that ranks people on LinkedIn. Number one in cloud computing in Kenya, top 100 in the whole of LinkedIn content creators in the whole of Kenya, beating even great people. I was wondering, wow, how did they rank it? But they were not ranking in terms of the number of followers. There's some people who have like 100,000 followers, but when they post, no engagement. Sometimes I feel like I'm putting myself under pressure because when I post, I get a lot of engagements. So I'm like, will the next post have the same kind of engagement and the same kind of engagement? So it puts you under pressure. But I love the fact that you've mentioned something very important. It's never too late to start. And when you start, no one can beat the person who consistently puts in the time. If at some point, don't wait for a company to pay for you. Don't say, yeah, that one is so expensive. I'm not going to afford. Or sometimes you say that's too far in the city. I don't know. Doc will tell us. I don't know that Bameda, Yaounde. Sometimes he usually tells me he's traveling like 6 hours, 7 hours for an event. So many hours on the road just to be there for like a 1 or 2 hour event. Those are all the investments that you always remember. So at this point, I'll take it back to Doc to answer set out some few questions before I come back to me. Over to you, Dr. Samba.
Okay, great. So now back to you, Constance. Thank you very much for setting that pace. Just before I go back to Constance, I just want to equally highlight on the same question of the reinvents that was asked by David. David, just to also let you know, and everybody on this call, that I was privileged. For those who are aware of my background as well, I have no background in tech. I'm a medical doctor who left clinical practice. I only worked for 6 months when I left medical school. And I delved into IT. And the reason I delved into IT was because, I was being known locally. I was a local hero. I was very great in the hospital, but I got to a point where I was like, I need to get known globally. And I looked at which skill can really help me to be known globally. It's IT, because IT, breaks all those barriers. I can sit in my room and I'm doing stuff just like we're having right now on this Zoom call. We are connected across the world, but we're having this conversation. All right. So thanks to that, and then Kevin joined the team. I was privileged to sign Kevin's recommendation letter, guys, for him to go to Las Vegas. Why am I bringing this story? So Kevin went to Las Vegas on behalf of SolaviseTech, and I was privileged to sign his recommendation letter. So which means that from me believing in myself, taking up the bold step after 7 years of medical practice to get into IT, and now I started up a platform. I'm privileged to have people join the platform through an event, and now need to go to the US and represent the company. I mean, when he got to Las Vegas, and he actually went, there's a certain board in Las Vegas where all companies, as soon as you arrive, you get to indicate your company, where you come from, all of that. I mean, I look at that picture every day. I'm so happy. Like SolaviseTech has gone to Las Vegas before the CEO, right? Thanks to Kevin. SolaviseTech has actually reached AWS reInvent in Las Vegas before the founder. Is thanks to Kevin. So that's what an event can do for you. You can attend an event today, and you have a great impact of that event in 5 years' time, in 2 years' time, in 3 years' time. You never can underestimate the power of events. And that's why I would like now Constance to walk us through what she benefited from that data science conference actually. And just to let us know, next week there's going to be a crazy video that's going to be played during the upcoming data science conference, about her testimony and her friend who is equally, I think, on this call as well. They've done an amazing job just sharing their story, and that story is going to be played in front of a great audience here in Cameroon, and that video is going to go to the US. So, Costa, let me just walk us through what you equally benefited during that conference you attended and how you got onto SolaviseTech. Thank you. Am I being heard, please? Constance, can you hear me? It seems
Hello,
yes, we can hear you now.
am I
Good, good.
on? Am
Yes,
I
yes,
on?
yes. Did you get a
Okay.
question?
Yes, I got it.
Okay, awesome.
Now, what did I benefit from the conference? I benefited a lot. Then I was not only focused on getting to study data science and machine learning, but that conference was a form of redesigning me as a person. It helped me to reshape my mindset. I was able to interact with different categories of people. And I also created a network of people. And today I am here on this platform because some of those people have become part of my lifelong network. It is because of that conference that I started searching. I wanted to know more. I wanted to get into tech. I wanted to find out how I could do it. My journey in tech did not start with a computer. It didn't start with coding. I bet you if somebody had approached me and told me about Python, coding, blah, 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 I wouldn't have been interested. But because of that event, I had a different mindset and I started searching. It is then that me and my friend Prudence, who attended this conference, we got to Dr. Samba. She got to Madame Vandolin, who saw our pictures while on the conference, and she too was interested, like, wow, what happened? How can I get to this? So as she got to Prudence, Prudence told her that we'll just be looking. Anyone that gets it first will share it with the other person. So later, I just saw Prudence came to me that Constance, we have something. Madame Vandolin has given me a contact, Dr. Samba. I said, okay, let's get to Dr. Samba. And immediately we got to him. And I bet you that you see how the chains of events are unfolding. First, there is an event. Then from the event, we are getting a connection. And from that connection, we got talking with Dr. Samba one-on-one. I bet you his encouragement, his mentorship really gave me a boost. It gave me the confidence that I really needed to say, okay, I am going to delve into this thing. And I know that I will strive. So that is how I got into SolaviseTech by securing a 50% scholarship. And today it's 10 months on, and it has been wonderful with online and on-site hands-on projects, and I don't regret it at all. Not one bit. The journey has been wonderful. That meeting, that event was like the game changer for me because it opened so many different doors that I never really expected. And now I'm networking with a different class of people in my life. Hello, Doc.
Okay, fantastic. So I picked a couple of things from your conversation. Guys, if you're still on this call and you hear us very well, I just want you to drop a 1 in the chat. Just drop a 1 in the chat. Drop a 1 in the chat. Okay? This awesome. So this call, I always say this, guys. I'm not a prophet, but when I say things, they happen. Okay? Because I've seen it. It always happens. And if another person on this call, I'll tell you guys, I mean, Lucky's on this call. Today's not his day. Lucky, one day is going to come. He will tell us his story on this call. When I spot people I get to know, I have the ability to spot the right people. And when I spot them, for me, I always tell my team, it's not about numbers. It's not about having a crowd. You just need to find yourself in that small circle that is doing big things, and you always have access to opportunities. So when Constance got to me and we spoke on that phone call, I knew she was the right person for the opportunity. Because trust me, in SolaviseTech we have offered close to 150 scholarships so far in the past 2 years, but not everybody has taken the training to the end. I'll take it over again. We have offered close to 150 plus scholarships, but not everybody has taken the training to the end. Why? Because it is not easy. It's a tedious process we walk you through. You see, she's been in class for the past 10 months. And so we are really focused on those daily habits, those little things. And it is the little things that truly matter in this space, because this space is always constantly changing. Things are always constantly changing. So you need to really surround yourself with people that are encouragers, that when your energy is going down, they will fire you up. Okay. So your network is very, very important. And also, if you listen very well to these two panelists, you notice something common with them. Constance had an experience, or she was always looking for an IT program to do. She had always loved IT. Same thing with Akwanje. He has always loved IT. He wanted to do IT. So that's something common with them. But now listen, guys, I want to write this down. Write this down if you're taking notes. What you are looking for is also looking for you. Write it down. What you're looking for is also looking for you. Okay? What you're looking for is also looking for you. But it's not looking for this version of you. Okay? What you're looking for is also looking for you, but not this particular version of you. The moment you grow, right, you will begin to attract those things. The moment, I mean, when those opportunities finally come, you'll be like, it's no longer strange because your mind has always been there. So what you constantly set your mind on, by the law of attraction, you begin to pull those things towards you, and that's what existed between, or that's what's existing between Constance and Akwanje. And so when the opportunity to join SolaviseTech came, and we presented to them, they just said yes, and that's one thing about them. They went all in. They have been in this program for more than 9 months, and for us, we are not focused on how long. We are focused on the mindset. What is the mindset you're going to get at the end of this training? Because there's no end to it. Kevin, I mean, like every day we meet new challenges, right? You know, say, okay, you've been in the tech space for 7 years, 10 years, and so you know everything. No, every single day you meet a new problem, you have to find a way to solve it. So it's more of the mindset. And so, why are we bringing this issue of talking about events? Because most people, they ask themselves, when they see an event, maybe it has to be a paid event, they start saying, why should I pay my money to go attend this thing? Maybe I just go on YouTube and watch, I could just go watch YouTube videos. Yeah, you could go do that. Myself, for example, I left medical school, 7 years working as a doctor. I can go online, I can do my self-study, I can search whatever information I need, I will still break into IT. But I said I want to go that route. Why? Because I want to work with a network. I want to improve on my network. Guys, every single week, I don't add less than 10 to 20 new contacts in my phone. Not less than 10 to 20 new contacts. Why? Because I want to be in that space where things are happening. I want to be in that space where things are happening. That's why you see me keep connecting. Also, Kevin and myself, we are community builders. You can see his t-shirt today as a community builder. He's been here for the past 4 years. Oh, I didn't wear mine today. I've been here for the past 3 years. Okay, as community builders. So it is by you embracing that community mindset, connecting, learning, collaborating, that now you're going to have a certain mindset shift. And this is one of the things about SolaviseTech want to bring in the minds of people. Don't focus only on getting a job. You can write this thing, guys. Don't focus only on getting a job. Focus on providing solutions to problems.
Don't put your finger in
Focus
the
on,
mouth.
okay? Focus on providing solutions to problems. And that's how when you connect to communities, you start providing solutions. Before you know it, you start attracting opportunities towards you. And don't forget, always document your journey. So you see our panelists today. These are typical examples who are not giving us theory. They are telling us how, by their own life example. Myself, when I was working to IT, I spent a lot of time assisting my study mates, and that's how I began to get lots of referrals, lots of recommendations. and here we are making progress today with the vision. So this is us sharing our stories today. The question now will be, what about you, right? uh, what will your story be in tech? Okay, for those of you who are already in tech. But by the way, let's know in the chat. Are there some people who are here? Maybe they are still trying to break into IT. For their first time, they don't have any IT background. If that's you, just type a me in the chat. Just type a me in the chat. Okay, so if you're here, probably you're just curious, you don't have any IT background, but you're probably looking forward to maybe breaking into IT someday. Can you just drop a me in the chat? Okay, Teresa too is curious here. Okay, all right, Vincent is enrolled in an IT undergraduate program. Okay, just drop in the chat, guys. Now, why we say you should do this? Okay, so when we say do this, you're also just trying to engage. Okay, just try to engage, be part of the faculty life, part of the community life. Okay, just get yourself known. All right, because I'll tell you in this space or in life in general, it's not all about what you know. Okay, Eva is still trying to break in. Okay, Linda is still trying to break in. So why you're doing that? Eric, part of our team, can you just drop the link to our community? Ian Cliff broke into tech last year. Great. So Eric, please can you just drop the link in the WhatsApp on chat here so they can click and just join our community. All right. So what we do at SolaviseTech, we make it very beginner friendly. You need people to hold your hands. You need it. Okay. And so listen, guys, in life, it's not all about what you know that matters. Okay, what you know, in fact, who knows you is more important than what you know. You can write this down. Write this down. Who knows you is more important than what you know. Why am I saying so? Because what would take other people a lot of time, a lot of bureaucracy to go through, someone who knows can give you a recommendation. And let me tell you, the other day I think I dropped in the community group at 2 a.m., right? For those who notice, at 2 a.m., I dropped a message in our community group. I said, my friend is hiring digital marketers and salespeople. If you're open to this role, get to me immediately, right? Those who were awake at that time and saw the opportunity, right? They reached out to me. And what happened? I recommended them for the opportunity in sales and marketing, right? So not every job is going to be advertised online. You're going to see it on LinkedIn, you're going to see it on those job sites. Many jobs, many opportunities just simply flow through emails, through simple text messages, right? So you need to be in that room. And so if you're in that room, what happens is that once you're in that room and people know you, they can put their credibility on the line for you. Because ask me right now, if I'm just meeting you new on this call, let's say I'm meeting um Ian Cliff on this call, I'm meeting Vincent on this call, I'm meeting Lucky. Why would I want to recommend you for an opportunity? If you come to me and say, okay, maybe if there's a job opportunity, you want us to recommend you, why should we do that? Now, we want to be very careful, or whoever wants to give you a recommendation wants to be very careful that you don't go and stain the reputation, right? You don't stain the reputation. And so your presence in those rooms now, not just being present in those rooms and being silent, but also being present and active. Remember what Aqua said? Aqua said something caught his attention about Professor Sav. He got to him and started asking questions. He was curious. So that's one of the things I want you guys to note down, that even when you're at this event, don't just attend out of excitement. Don't just say, oh, I've seen this person's picture on the flyer, it's just beautiful, I just want to go attend because, I've seen this person's picture, it's just handsome, you just want to go attend, you're just excited. No, have an objective in mind. Go there with goals like, I want to be able to achieve this. So at the same time, if you notice, if you're following us on LinkedIn, on Facebook, like, okay, Eric is dropping the links on the chat, you can just click on that link and follow us. You notice that we are constantly supporting each other in this community. Even us, the tutors, we are constantly encouraging each other. We're constantly supporting each other and the students as well. So you want to belong to such a community. And we're saying that it's not just SolaviseTech. There are many other amazing communities out there. For example, Kevin is heading the AI and ML community in Nairobi DevOps in Nairobi, Kenya. At the same time, thanks to Kevin again, we just recently partnered with Nairobi DevOps community, and the goal is for us to put our efforts together, bring more of these events. In fact, last year, SolaviseTech was a sponsor, right, of the Africa DevOps Summit. It's maybe Eric, you want to check on the link again. It's just thanks to this event that we are trying to connect, talents to opportunities. And so, if you're on this call, we want you to start having a new mindset. We want you to start having the mindset of community building. We want you to have the mindset of serving, because see, how do you get money? Money is a byproduct of providing services, right? Once you provide services, or you have goods and services you're offering out there that are solving real problems, then you get paid. So don't get into a boot camp or get into a trainings and the only thing that if you don't get a job, you're failed. So lots and lots of opportunities out there. You can also build your own initiatives. And so that's what we do here. Down the line, not long from now, we're going to be graduating these students, okay? We're going to be having a graduation ceremony for Aqua, for Cost and the others. And in that graduation ceremony, you're going to be hearing them talk about their initiatives, okay? The things they are doing, what has been the result of this. So as we are wrapping up gradually to the end of this particular podcast, of course, it's time for 1 hour 30 minutes. We want you to start asking yourself, okay, if it was possible for Aqua and for Constance, will it be different for me? And I can tell you this for free. Those who pay for trainings pay attention. You can write this down. Those who pay and commit for trainings, they truly pay attention. And so you want to find a community that is offering high value, willing to hold your hands and be able to commit. So I want to pass it on now to Kevin. Maybe you now lead this last segment of it, and then we're going to take questions for the next 5 minutes. Maybe you want to pick into our panelists, maybe their last words and so on, and then we can now take questions from our audience, guys, and then we can bring this podcast session to an end. But knowing that there are many more sessions that are going to be coming up, and we are going to be doing our best to bring great experts from across the world. You don't want to miss any of these sessions. Why? Because I'll tell you one last thing. Today, with the presence of AI, almost anybody can build anything. Anybody can prompt AI and get the code to whatever, right? But your ability to build your soft skills, your ability to communicate is what's going to set you apart, is what's going to differentiate you from every other person out there in the market. All right. So over to you, Kevin.
Awesome. I was trying to bring out something here. I wanted to zoom it out. Then you just finished before I finished, but it's okay. Let me see if I'll pull it off. I want to show you guys something. There's something that Doc said, and it just reminded some of the things that I do and I would want you to do. And it is related to what he's just said. What you're looking for is looking for you, but not this version of you. And I'll tell you some secret on what I do. First of all, I'll just share my screen. Let me just do that for you guys just to see. Again, if you see something that you should not see. So let me send that request. Eric, you can allow that. Awesome. I can now see. So I just share my whole screen. I have nothing to hide. So this is what Doc was saying. SolaviseTech traveled to Las Vegas before. If you see, the whole page was so full, I had to put it right at the top because we are at the top of the world at that point in time. So that was me. It was an amazing thing. But that was basically, I was just showing you what, and it was actually Doc who posted, and they just reposted about it. So anyways, let me just go. I want to show you something, a very personal email to me. So you can see, I usually use this platform called futureme.org. So what the platform gives you, and you can check it out, it gives you an opportunity to write a letter to your future self. If you look at this letter, I wrote it on the December 21st of 2023. But that time, the grant had not been opened. That time, I was so wanted to finish my master's. I had not even finished it and graduated. There are so many things that was still, like, it was the end of the year, right? You have some things that you want to achieve by the end of 2024. So you can see, I wrote a letter that would have been sent to me exactly 1 year later, and it was sent on December 21st of 2024. at 6:32 a.m. And you can see this is what I wrote to myself in 2023. Dear future me, you did amazing things in 2023. You grew in leaps and bounds and got recognized as an outstanding employee. Attended ALN 2023 in Rwanda, which was your first international trip. You also got a research permit and became the first person to earn the HCIP certification in Kenya. This also goes to the person who's asking about Huawei. So I got the Huawei Certified Internetwork Professional Security certification, one of the first people in Kenya to do that. And how phenomenal you are, and this is because because of your heart for community. Hope you have taken that to the next level. So I was just speaking to my future self, right? And you can see your family and close friends have always supported you in your exploits, and I hope you are always there. You are always there for me. That is, I'm always there for myself, right? You planned to graduate with your master's. You also wanted to achieve various industry or professional certifications. You also plan to attend AWS reInvent. I even wrote to myself, you better have got that visa, because that is usually the hardest thing. You are now an accomplished professional. It's the end of the year, and you must be really proud of yourself. Thank you so much for being you, Kevin. And here comes 2025 for you. So you can see it was a beautiful letter that I wrote to myself before achieving these masters, before getting this certification, and even before attending reInvent. And by the time this letter was being sent to me in December 21st, 2024, I had gotten back to the country after going for reInvent. I had achieved these certifications. I got the AWS security specialty in 2024, and definitely I graduated. Graduated, then went. It was actually crazy. I graduated just 1 week after graduation. I went to reInvent, and that is true. You can see, like I was telling you, I got the security specialty certification in 2024. I also did developer associate in 2024, and as I also the masters, I got it at that time. All these things. So what Doc is saying is true, that whatever you're looking for is looking for you. So the version of me in 2023 was not ready for what was going to happen. But once I wrote that, I think the universe conspired, because I wrote it down and I put it. And there's a way when you write something and you write it to yourself, it just changes everything for you. So I hope that is one of the practical takeaways that you're going to take away from this. And you're going to see how you're going to do amazing, amazing things in this place. Don't just doubt yourself. It is very possible. I already have some pending letters that sometimes I even don't remember. And if you can see, like, I don't write one. I've written so many of them to myself. You can see, I wrote a letter. Even there's a letter I wrote that I received. I think this one was a very latest one. You can see in January, I said I wanted to complete. I also said I wanted to to talk at AWS reInvent recap, which I did for all reInvent recaps that happened in Kenya, which were 2 of them. And I also wanted to organize 2 launch events for user group AIML and HashiCorp user group Meru, which I'm also a HashiCorp user group leader and AWS user group leader. All these things happened. They happened. Only that the certification, I think I've only done 1, not 3, but I'm getting towards. I know I have to do 2 more before August, so I'm going to achieve these. So you can see it's very important for you to do that, and as you manifest, also see through, attend those events, and do all these things that are required. That is very important. I think I know I've taken a bit of time, but I felt like that is very important for you guys to get that. I don't know. What do you guys think? Would you write a letter to your future self, or some of you are too scared that the letter will come and you'll still be your past self? You'll not have transformed to someone. So I'd like to tell me in the chat. Just tell me that uh, I will do it. Like, you're going to go to futureme.org and write a letter to your future self after this session. Right? Just say, I want to have attended this event. I would have wanted everything that you aspire, maybe in the next 3 months or in the next 12 months. Just do that. Trust me, it does wonders. It has done wonders for me, and it will always do wonders for you. Please, yes, I can see Eva, I can see David. What about all of us? Where are you? Will you do it? And there's a reason, there's a power in you typing it and committing that you will do it, that you will do it. I can see you, Erica, I can see you, Vincent. Awesome. So that is, and at this point, I actually want to give Aqua, Constance, as well as Aqua to give us their kind of shots, parting shots, and also tell us whether they're also going to write a letter to their future selves. Because trust me, there's this self, and I love there's a certain book by Malcolm Gladwell. He say, "What got you here will not get you there." So the things that you've done for you to get to the level that you're in are not the same things that are going to be unique. You will do to take you to the next level. So just think about that. Yes, now I think it would be great to, before you even have Aqua. What do you think about that, Doc? I know we didn't put that in the program. Don't kill me.
Yes, Kevin, I lost you for a second. Or you lost me for a second. Maybe just take the question back in the next 15 seconds.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was saying, sorry. I was saying, I hope you're going to write a letter to your future self. And at this point in time, definitely we want to hear the parting shot of our panelists, our amazing panelists. And finally, as I was saying, Doc, is I know we had not planned to have that in the program. Don't kill me after the at the end of the event, at the end of the session, but I hope it was impactful. I just felt like it's very important for people to understand the importance of what you said, that what you're looking for is looking for you, but just not the current version of you, a future version. Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. And just to add on that, guys, you know, it's when you constantly hang around people that challenge you to become better, that challenge you to like I said, become the best, the better version of yourself, that you start seeing a need of some of these things that we are saying. And the truth is that everybody does not have the same timeline. Everybody does not have the same timeline. You must be patient with yourself, right? For some people, it's going to be very evident in 3 months, in 6 months. Some people, it's in 1 year. So myself, I know I'm a very smart person. I'm a fast learner. But when I was breaking to tech, I gave myself 2 years. I told myself in 2 years, I want to go low key. I was completely low key. Nobody knew what I was doing. In fact, I even deleted Facebook app from my phone. Now you see me very active on social media. I'm building a strong personal brand, but I deleted the apps completely from my phone, right? And then today you see me post on WhatsApp every single day because I am building and I'm building an authority. I'm building a brand because I know the fundamentals today. I'm not even carried away by the fancy things in tech or the complex things in tech. I am focused on learning the fundamentals. And that's what I tell everybody. Once you understand the fundamentals, when complex things come, you'll be able to easily figure yourself out. And you will not know these things unless you continuously put yourself into those events because it's not going to be easy, right? You need to continuously beat yourself up to say, hey, I have to be in those events. Because somebody asks you, but you keep attending events upon events upon events, but why are you doing that? Maybe I didn't know saying the same thing. Yes, 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 yes. If you're a believer, if you're a person of faith like myself, my Bible says that faith comes by hearing and hearing and hearing of the word. So you need to keep on hearing and hearing this thing. Okay, even if it's the same thing you're hearing, keep hearing it again. Okay, repetition is one of the fundamental ways of learning, and it will never be the same. Okay, I can teach one thing twice, 3 times, it will never be the same. There's something new you're going to get. You'll be like, hey, the way this person said this thing is somehow different. Okay, so you want to keep putting yourself in those and we say, see, listen, guys, contacts are for contracts. You can write this down. Write this down, and I'll tell you a bit why. Today, and I'll maybe want Constance to talk a bit about this in the next few seconds. I saw something on Constance's WhatsApp status. She was doing something with the community in healthcare, and I told her, I said, Constance, there's somebody in my network who is doing something similar like this, a medical doctor. I would like to connect you with her. Okay, and today the story is completely different. When I see what they are doing today, I'm like, wow. Cause can I tell you a bit about that contact I actually shared with you, where you guys are going to right now. Hello. Okay. It seems
Constance, if you're speaking, you're muted.
if you're speaking, you're muted.
Yeah.
Maybe as we try to get her, I don't know, Kevin, if we already got the questions, because I was
Yeah, I think yes, you can have any, if you have any questions, please just shoot them on the chat. We'll be happy to answer. I think I answered the question, the Huawei certification basically is good work on getting the vouchers. That means that
okay.
you put yourself out there. Oh, Aqua is already speaking. Oh, not yet.
No, I'm not speaking. It's now that I'm speaking.
Oh yeah, please. I think we can handle the question later. Just over to you, please, and please answer the question that I don't know whether you got Doc's question.
Okay, Kevin. So let's unmute Constance then. I see kind of prompt her to unmute. I think your host.
Oh, okay.
Hello, am
Eric.
I unmuted now?
Yes, we're here now.
Yeah,
Yeah, so I was
we
talking to
can now
Okay,
Constance
hear you.
thank
about
you so much. I had an
the
issue
connection.
unmuting myself. I don't know
Okay.
what's happening to my mic and my camera. Thank you so much, Dr. Samba. I got you very well. The power of connection, that is where we are again. You see, I had been working and looking for an opportunity to work as an advocate for sickle cell. I've been doing things on my own, at my own level. But when Dr. Samba saw what I was doing, he connected me with Dr. Dora in Douala. And that connection, the other day I just told Dr. Samba that it was like I was craving for Dora and Dora was craving for me because we form a perfect pair. The work that we are doing together, I bet you we are going places. And it's not been long. It's when I went for the hands-on project in Bafusam that I got Dora's contact. That was in March. And I bet you that we have carried out about 3 different projects already between March and now, and we are still going. Because of that contact, I had an opportunity to be able to carry out an event, 2 events. I've already carried out 2 events in Yaoundé on sickle cell advocacy. Hello.
Great. Yes,
Am I?
great. So guys, yes, we can hear you. So guys, can you see what's happening? See, this is the mindset in SolaviseTech. Don't be buried only into AWS and DevOps, or you're buried only into data science and machine learning, or you're buried only into cybersecurity. See, we are trying to help our learners, our community have an abundance mindset. An abundance mindset says that you can receive money, you can receive opportunities from multiple sources. You're solving problems and making the world a better place. So why am I saying this is because when I was doing my training to get into cloud, I had some colleagues who really felt bad. They were, like they were blaming the institution of saying that, oh, we've done training for 6 months, or 9 months, or 1 year, we have not gotten jobs. So everybody's minds all around job, around job, around job. They are blocked. But you are bigger than just getting a job, guys. So write this in the chat if you can hear me. I am bigger than just getting a job alone. Drop in the chat, guys. Drop in the chat. I am bigger than just getting a job alone. If Africa will emerge, we need people who have an entrepreneurial mindset. People who are looking for problems to solve. I am bigger than just getting a job alone. Are we saying that getting a job is bad? No, it's good. But don't limit yourself to just getting a job alone, because God has given you that ability to solve even bigger problems. Okay? And you cannot do it alone. That's why you need to connect to other networks and be consistent. Be consistent. And then you want to write this thing down as well. Focus on consistency than intensity. Consistency is more important than intensity. What do I mean? It means that if you're breaking into IT right now, for those of you who maybe are still trying to get in, or if you're in already, try to do something very small every day about this thing. And I love what Lucky does. Lucky is always dropping something small about his tech journey on LinkedIn and tagging all of us. Something very small. Oh, I learned this today. Oh, I made this mistake. He's also vulnerable. You're vulnerable. Nobody knows everything, right? You're learning something, you're making mistakes. No, focus on that little consistency than for you to wake up one day and then say you want to do a project for 7 hours. You do the project for 7 hours and then you go and sleep, right? And then you only come back to IT after 1 week or after 1 month. No, that person who is doing something for 30 minutes every day will beat you. No matter whether you're a genius in IT or not, he will beat you because he is focused on those little things. And by the law of compounding effect, over time, before you know it, it's like it's a part of you already. If you call me today to maybe break into whatever area, I cannot get lost in the tech space right now because I've touched my hands on different things. Oh, I've done something on graphic designing. I've done something on marketing and sales. I've done something on the technical side of things. Oh, I've done something on. So, I mean, so the tech itself is really broad. But so now we also help you to be able to have a landing, like start from somewhere. But as time unfolds, you will now begin to maybe in 1 year, in 2 years, in 3 years, in 4, or maybe in 5 years, you start to see that area that you probably want to specialize in. But at this stage, you want to make sure that you're open to learning, you're open to collaborating, and just know that there is no end to investing and reinvesting in yourself. You have to you will pay money, you will spend time, you will spend energy to build up yourself to get to that point where it becomes like automatic that when you hear there is this great opportunity, you're just going for it. And so guys, as we wrap up this call, just to let you guys know that SolaviseTech, our motto here is empowering you for a digital world. If you look at the trends today, the world is getting more and more digital, and Africa is the future. We are very passionate about Africa, and we believe that with smart people like you as well, we will be able to build this great continent. So, what's going to be your own role on this? Are you going to give an excuse to your grandkids in the future? What would you say happened? Now AI is coming in. You got to learn about this. You don't have to just fold your arms. You have to constantly upskill. But the good thing about it is that you don't have to figure it out by yourself. And so while Eric drops the link again in the chat, for those who are just joining, just join our community, join us on WhatsApp. Right now, we have launched the next cohort of our trainings. And this cohort begins on the 11th of August. It starts on the 11th of August. So you have been thinking of starting your tech journey. What's stopping you? What's stopping you? So as you join the WhatsApp group, just check on the admins you find in that group. Get to them immediately. You can get to their inbox. You can get to Kevin. You can get to Eric. You can get to myself. Say you want to get started. Listen, Constance did not meet me in that conference. She reached out to her friend. Her friend told her about me. When she got my contact, she paid for the training even without seeing me. Immediately. Do you see that? So once you get convinced this is what you want to do, go ahead and make that engagement. And I'll tell you right now, in fact, we've also partnered, like now we're partnered with AWS and other organizations. We have even given more discount this time around. So it's a bit far less than what it was, the fee was initially, which was still a scholarship. Those in Africa, you're going to be paying $1,000, but right now you can pay just $850 for this offer that is ongoing right now until July 20th. So if you really want to grab this, get to us immediately to secure your spot, because here we get a few number of persons and we really commit our time and energy with them. So that's where we bring this call to an end. If there are no questions, we will see you on the other side of success. Thank you so much, Kevin, for being here. And just to say that we've launched these podcast sessions. In a few days' time, we're going to be announcing the graduation ceremony that's coming up. Is going to be mind-blowing. And then also on Saturday, I'm going to be speaking on a platform with one of our partners, Kesmont International University. The flyer will be out very soon, one of these days as well, on Saturday by 2 p.m. Kenyan time, midday West African time. It's going to be broadcasted on Facebook, on Twitter, on other platforms. It's going to be amazing, and I'm going to be hosted by Professor Atanga, one of our partners, one of the most accredited universities in Africa, Kesmont International University. So once that is out, there's another opportunity for you to come and grow your network. Come ready to grow your network, okay? So everybody right now, you can take this opportunity to drop your LinkedIn URLs in the chat as we connect with each other and get to close the call in the next 2 minutes. Thank you all so much once again. But before we end this call, I just want to have Eric, maybe you could just, I know your video right now cannot come on, but you just want to say some words to our amazing audience here. Thank you very much for the great job you're doing in the back end, making sure that everything is seamless. Over to you, Eric, or
Okay,
from Ghana.
Thank you so much. Hi guys. So I'm Eric. I'm based here in Accra, Ghana, but I'm actually Cameroonian. So I've been with SolaviseTech since conception, and it's been an amazing journey. And for me too, I didn't have any background about tech. I came from an agri background, right? So if you're getting onto this journey, the only thing you need, like we've said from the beginning, and we need to repeat it again, is just a mindset, right? The mindset to commit. There's no secret. There's no secret here. So we want to welcome you into our community. And like Doc said, so just reach out to him, and then we're ready to hold your hand and take you along. So you're all welcome on board. Doc, thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Alrighty, thank you. So before we end the call, can we just come on camera so that we can take a general picture? Come on camera, and then we're going to drop this. We're going to drop this a screenshot of this in the WhatsApp group. Listen, do this, guys. Once we drop this on the WhatsApp group, you want to get it, okay? And then you document your journey on LinkedIn. So start immediately, okay? Start posting immediately. Do this, guys. Just do it, okay? Just do it, all right? Come on camera. We're going to share the screenshot in the WhatsApp group. Make sure that once you write about what you've learned, tag us, tag Kevin, tag myself, tag, SolaviseTech, whoever on the call you can recognize, Aqua Constance, Aqua J, tag these people. Once you're doing that, think about it. Okay, Eric here has a network of about 15,000 connections. I have a network of about close to 8,000 connections. Kevin has, so each time you tag us and we like your post, we share your post, that's how we are also connecting you to our networks. And you never can tell how you can attract an opportunity. Okay, so that's the reason why we want you to do this. And also, when we can see your face, we can see who is connected on the call. It also gives us that opportunity to say, hey, this guy is not shy, he's not hiding in the back end, right? People know you, they can see you, they can trust you, because if they don't see you, they'll be like, is this guy is camera or something? Why is he always hiding his face? Why doesn't he want to come on camera? So that's the reason why you also want to show your face, right? And then also, you don't go for a company or for an interview sometimes and you're hiding your face. No, what are you hiding? They want to see you. And so when you also come on camera, this one thing that happens. We'll give you the secrets now, guys. These are the secrets in the industry. Once you're always on camera, it also helps to build self-confidence, because there are many guys that I know that are very intelligent, very smart, but when you ask them to talk, they can just collapse, right? Because the fear of public speaking is the second highest fear after the fear of death on earth. The greatest fear on earth is the fear that, okay, you're going to die. After that, it's the fear of speaking in public. And so it's through Zooms like this that you have few persons, you start sharing your experiences, then you start building that self-confidence, and then you go for an interview. The interviewer says, come on camera. Some people lose jobs like that because they cannot come on camera and speak. But here now, you start growing that confidence gradually. Before you know it, you're coming up, you're speaking. Before you know it, you're crushing interviews. Before you know it, you're doing great stuff. So thank you so much for those who have been able to come on camera. We are going to grab this screenshot. Make sure you wear your best smile. You don't want to appear frowning on our post. All right. So smile and look like your future. Okay. So, okay, taking us away from the spotlight. That's right. Eric, please take us away from the spotlight so that everybody can appear on the screen on the same. Exactly. Thank you, Eric. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Awesome. So Alex, if you can be on camera, that'll be great. Titus, you'll be great. Constance, let's have you now. Okay, you see your camera has an issue. Ahmed, so we're going to get this screenshot. Linda, we can see you, but I think your lighting is not the best. You also want to adjust your lighting. Awesome. Good. We would like to see your face. Good. Awesome, Teresa. Good. So let's do this. At the count of three, we're going to grab this. 1, 2, 3. Awesome. I think I got this and I'm going to get it all over again. So just be patient. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. All right, so I'm going to get it again. Just hold on 1 second. 1, 2, 3. Awesome. All right, guys, so we are good. So you can unmute yourself and wish everyone a good night. Thank you for being such an amazing audience. And just go and do it. Action, action, action. I'm going to drop this in the WhatsApp group. So Eric, I think you can stop the recording and we're good. Thank you very much.